Okay, students, today we are going to talk about the genetics. Genetics deals with the study of genes, genetic variation, and heredity. When we talk about heredity, we generally talk about transfer of traits from parents to offsprings or the children. When we talk about heredity, we also talk about Mendel or Gregor John Mendel, also known as the father of genetics. So a bit of history about the Mendel. Mendel was born in 1822 in now in a country in Austria-Hungary, which is now a part of Czech Republic. He did a series of hybridization experiment on pea plants between 1856 to 1865 and published his findings in 1866 in annual proceedings of Brno Natural History Society Journal. And he died in 1884 while most of his observation went unnoticed. So this is the brief history of the Gregor Mendel. His failure may be attributed to various reasons. One was that the journal in which he published his research was not well known, sorry. Secondly, the mind of scientific world was preoccupied by the Darwin's theory of evolution, which was proposed in 1859. Darwin also believes, and he proposed it in 1866, in a theory of paragenesis, which states that gametes were transported from every organ to the sex organs and assembles in the gametes, which fuses to form the zygote. So, influence of Darwin is there in 1866. He was a monk. Another important factor was that one of his friend, the Carl Nageli, a leading botanist of that time, he was doing the almost same experiment but on different plant known as the hawksweed, and the results of hawksweed hybridization are not in are not consistent with the results of Mendel's pea plants. So it discouraged him, saying that your results are not universal. And somehow Mendel also starts believing that his results were not universal. Then in 1900, three scientists working independently rediscovered the Mendel's observations. These were Hugo de Vries from Holland, Karl Correns from Germany, and Erich von Teschermark from Austria. Initially, Hugo de Vries didn't pay didn't pay due credit to the Mendel, but later on, Hugo de Vries, Karl Collins, as well as Teschermark paid credit to the Mendel and published paper in 1900 giving the term Mendelism. So there is a question on which plant the following botanists were working when they rediscovered Mendel's law: Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns, and Erich von Teschermark. So what were the Mendel's experiment? He chose approximately 30,000 pea plants for hybridization experiments by selective self and cross fertilization and generated the statistical data to postulate these laws. The famous laws are law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. Why pea plants? Let us start with the structure of flower of the pea plants. Pea plants belong to subfamily Papilionaceae and has a peculiar type of structure of its petals. The uppermost two petals are known as the brackets. The uppermost two petals are known as the brackets. The lower two petals are known as the wings, and the another petal is known as the keel. It's a set of or the pair of petals. In between the keel lies the male and female parts, the pistil. and the stamens. So the plant is very much capable of doing self-fertilization because the male and female parts are enclosed in a closed keel. It can also be cross-fertilized by removing the keel and then removing the anthers of the plant and then inseminating the pistil, the female part, with the pollens of some other plant. They are they are hermaphrodite. The self-fertilization is because they are hermaphrodite. The pea plants was easy to cultivate and has an single annual growing season. They have sharp, discontinuous characters. Discontinuous characters in comparison to the continuous one are those which are sharp. For example, the skin color is a continuous character. There are there are many shades of skin color, whereas the characters the Mendel choose in the pea plants are discontinuous like the color of the pod, the shape of the pod, or color of the seeds, etc. So the Mendel chose following 7 pairs of discontinuous characters in the pea plant. First is the shape of the seeds. It may be round or wrinkled. There are two opposite contrasting characters. The color of the seeds, it may be yellow or green. The color of the flower, it may be purple or white. The shape of the pod may be inflated. The shape of the pod, it may be inflated or constricted. The color of the pod may be yellow or green. Similarly, the position of flowers, they may be axial or the terminal when they are at the terminal end of the branch. And the height of the plant, which may be tall or dwarf. You may think of the character you may think of the height character, which is a continuous character in human beings, but it is discontinuous in pea plant, because in human beings the height depends upon more than one genes. The height depends upon more than one gene. So what did Mendel do? He performed experiments in 3 stages. First, he took plants which always breed true, that is, they produce same type of plants. He achieved this by self-pollinating. He achieved this by allowing the plant to self-pollination, allowing the plant for self-pollination, and removing all the plants which are not true to their parents. He named them parental generation or P generation. Now he cross-fertilized them with desired characters. Say a true tall plant is crossed with true dwarf plant. The offspring so produced He called this generation of offspring as F1 generation or first filial generation. Then he allowed them to self-pollinate. He allowed the F1 plants to self-pollinate, and the generation so produced is known as F2 generation or the second filial. He went on doing so on and named them accordingly F3, F4 generations. So what results did Mendel get?